Hey guys, I'm here at Metroflex UK, about to hit a chest session, nice powerful chest session. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I usually do for chest, you know. I'm going to get a lot of questions about, you know, how I build my chest, and this is what I do basically. It's a lot of volume, a lot of volume, and a lot of heavy weight. So let's get to it. It tends to take me quite a while to warm up with my elbows when I'm bench pressing. So you're going to see a lot of sets. I mean, this is going to be a pretty heavy set. And the funny thing is, I'm probably going to do this set better later on when I'm fully warm. But there's only one way to get warm, and that's to do it. This weight is always a hit and miss for me. I mean, some days I'll come in and it's clean, and I can do it for, you know, 1 or 2, and then some days it doesn't go up. Some days I even go heavier and put an extra, maybe 5. I think like recently, the most recent, maybe a 10, yeah, 4.5 even. But like I said, there's good days and bad days, so we'll see what happens today. But I'm very happy to take the rough for the smooth. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Same thing with squats. Sometimes my heaviest goes up, sometimes it doesn't. Well, let's see. So I was quite pleased with that rep. You know, it went up. Not too much trouble on it, you know. So what we do now is we continue hitting it. That's the way I feel that strength goes up, to attack the heavy weight several times. I mean, a lot of people don't really use 1 rep maxes when they say that they're building muscle. You know, they I mean, it's not really a bodybuilding thing, is it? To be hitting 1 rep maxes, you know, going for strength gains like that. It's not obviously the quickest way to grow muscle. But for me, I'm very much more interested in the strength than the physique, if that makes sense. Like for me, like the physique is a bonus, you know. When I first started training, I never had a desired physique that I was going for. I just basically picked up a dumbbell and started training and fell in love with the actual way that training feels, you know. I enjoy training, I enjoy when I'm doing my set. You know, not just looking in the mirror at a physique that I'm trying to build, you know. For me, it's the actual training that I enjoy. So, yeah, I like to stay heavy. If I can get another rep on this, and then again, then I'll keep going. And I'm gonna work my way down after. When I was younger, like a couple of years ago, I was stronger on chest, you know. I think the reason why the strength has gone down on it is because of, like, you know, tendonitis in the elbow. Now I have to wrap up. Back in the day, I didn't used to wrap up at all. As a kid, you know, you just think you're superhuman, and you just, you know, have all the strength gains just going up like this, and then you don't really take into consideration your joints, you know. So, you know, back in the day, I used to close grip 4 plates, and I can't even imagine doing that right now. But what happened was there were certain exercises like overhead tricep extensions with dumbbells that I used to go ridiculously heavy on, and it just caused a bad strain on my elbow, and also the close grip caused bad strain on my elbow. And then eventually I took a year off benching, that whole year off benching, just to try and let my elbows recover. You know, obviously I still had to work my chest, so I still did like a flat bench with dumbbells, and but yeah, I had to leave that bench press alone just to let my elbows recover. I mean, so far the strength has gone up again. You know, I'm managing to hit the foreplay for ones, sometimes twos, very rarely. You know, but you know, as long as my chest is, you know, chest strength hasn't gone completely, I'm fine. You know, I would like to do 5 plates again. There was a time when I did do 5 plates. I couldn't imagine doing it right now. Although I have come quite close recently, hitting 4.5. So it's not that far off, you know. But yeah, today's going good. Said a few times about volume, and what you gotta understand is not everyone trains the same, not everyone has to train the same. It's this, when I tell you about the volume, this is something I believe in. So whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. It's worked for me, you know, it's what I've been doing and it's worked for me. What I find is, you know, I do my warm-up sets. I've mentioned this before, do my warm-up sets, which are higher reps. You know, I think my first set today was 20 reps. I think my second was 15. Then we got to like, the third set was supposed to be a 10, but I finished up on the 8 just because, you know, I just wanted to save a little bit. And I've just been hitting the one reps. I mean, I didn't get that last weight. I had to get a touch from Joe. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down a little and still get those 1 and 2 reps. And then once I think I've, you know, consumed all my energy, then I'm gonna start repping again, you know, take the weight down and get those, you know, 10s and 15s again. But overall, it's all about volume for me, you know. I think I get the benefit of the high reps, you know, so I'll get my growth there, but then I also get the strength gains from hitting those 1 rep maxes, you know, and that's what I enjoy. And what is it about? It's about what you enjoy. It's about what you enjoy doing, you know, and for me, I enjoy lifting this way. Every now and then I like to finish with something intense. What I'm about to finish off with now is some rest pause. You know, so I'm going to rest at the bottom, press up. Rest at the bottom, power up. I mean, it's just a nice little finish off to a good bench press. So Joe, if you give me 2-second count, yeah. So I want to hear the count, and I want to hear you say press and then bang. Press. Come on. Press. So we finished flat bench. Now hitting incline. We're not going to spend as long. I mean, we spent a considerable amount of time hitting flat bench. Incline, we're not going to spend as long. Maybe 6 sets and done. You know, I can't remember how many sets we did on flat bench. Now, normally with the flat bench, it's not always that long. I think it was almost an hour just on flat bench. So it's not normally like that. It is normally around 8 sets, you know? Around that figure. But, you know, every now and then, I just go with the flow. You know, if I'm feeling it, if the strength's still there, I'm gonna use it, you know? And that means I'm gonna keep going for those heavy lifts. So you notice when I was hitting the flat bench, I went up plate by plate until we got real heavy, and then I started doing the halves and the fives, etc. With incline being not as strong on incline as I am on flat bench, I go up in halves, you know. So got the half one, next will be 2 plate and so forth. About to wrap my elbows. Thought I'd just give you a little bit of information on why I do that. I basically wrap my elbows to give me the extra support. When I lift heavy, it just gives me extra support and lessens the pain that I might feel in my elbows, which was caused, as I said earlier, from hitting certain exercises too heavy, you know. So I also put on a belt only for heavy lifts. I mean, I've got it on now simply because I forgot to take it off. But for heavy lifts, I like to brace my back, and it does actually help, you know. Both of these are available on my site, by the way. Both available on my site, SimeonPanda.com, if you want to cop them. Didn't feel too steady on that. I think next time I'm going to make sure I'm proper in the right position before bringing it down, because that felt messy as hell. Okay, while we're on the subject of chest, let's talk about spotting. It's a very important thing when it comes to your chest development, if not one of the most important things. Now, when you're benching, you need to bench the weight yourself, you know, you alone. I see too often spotters getting heavily involved in your set, you know, and that's not going to help your gains. It might help your ego, you know, because then you can say, oh, I bench, you know, 3 plates, 4 plates, 5 plates, but in terms of your actual chest development and your strength, it's not going to help you. You know, what you really need to do is choose a weight that you can handle, you know. Now, what the guideline that I follow for spotting is I only want the spotter to touch the weight when I really need it, you know, and not before, you know. And normally what I do is once the spotter has helped with that rep, and I say that rep as in singular, then I put it back, because the rest of the reps, they're not going to be me, are they? So I don't see the point in actually doing them, you know. I'm really not about that spotting where they're holding the bar for every rep. For me, that just makes no sense. The spotter's there for safety. I only want the spotter to get involved if I really can't get that weight up, and I only want him to touch maybe that first one, you know, and then I'm probably gonna put it down after that, because, you know, it's definitely not me after that, is it? You know? I'll give you a quick example. I'm gonna give you a quick example. This weight is only for example purposes. Joe can do much more, can't you, Joe?
Yes, a bit more.
Okay, what I want you to do is struggle for me. So I want you to bring it down and then start to struggle. Now struggle on top. Press, press, press. See, now I could get involved, but it's still moving. Go on. Up, up, and bring it back. There's times when it looks slow, but it's still moving. And you putting your hands to it is stealing the rep. You know, you're stealing what he needs to take that home with him, that I got that rep, you know, and he needs to know that. Me stealing it is not going to help him in terms of his long-term progress. You know, I'm going to show you again what I could have done with that exact set. Okay, again, same thing, push up, start to struggle. Oh, yes! Yes! Yeah, wicked, that was awesome, man. That was awesome, yes. No, that was me. You know, I stole his rep. You don't want to steal people's reps. Let people train, you know? That's just one example.
I'm getting a squat, I only want it to be maximum 2 reps.
Exactly what I said.
For me,
exactly what I said.
I don't want like to be squatted like I'm doing 10 reps. 6 to 8 of the reps and get squatted because what am I actually doing?
This is exactly what I just said. Like the spot should maximum be for 2 reps. You know, you helped him with that heavy one, and then you maybe gave him 1 more. You see people spotting for 6 to 8 reps. Like, yep. Again, it's pointless. Put the weight down, lower it, and get the reps yourself. You know. So normally, what I'll do is hit the presses first. For me, it's best to get the most taxing exercises out the way first. That's what you want your energy for. That's when you want all your power. So I've done bench press and I've done incline press. So all the presses are out of the way now. What I'm going to do next is flies. Now with the flies, you could choose to use dumbbells or cables or even the pec deck machine. Today I'm going to use cables and I'm going to show you a variety of different angles that you can hit the flies, because they all hit the chest in a different way, Alright, so what you've seen me do so far was regular flies, regular cable flies. What I'm going to show you next is I'm going to do a couple sets of cable crossover flies. Then I'm going to do some flies where you bring them in real low and squeeze. So I'm going to give you some variations so you can, mix up your workouts. The advantage of crossing over is you get more of a squeeze. I mean, you can imagine just seeing the technique, bringing them in like that, you get a nice squeeze. But imagine when you squeeze them together, you get a real good pump on it. What you should remember when you're doing these flies, it's not about heavy weight, it's about feeling the contraction and making sure each contraction is complete, So it's not about, throwing up, tons of weight. It's just about control and fluid movement. Because quite frankly, we've done the heavy presses. We've done the heavy weight. Tell you something funny about my chest. There's some pictures you see, and my chest looks deflated. It's so weird for me. But when I hit chest, my chest just blows up. I get a massive pump, and it looks solid. But there's certain pictures where I'm flat, and it's literally like a pancake. But as you can see, with a pump, it's quite full.
Sorry lads, sorry.
No problem, man.
Listen, bro,
yes.
Keep it going, man. I'm always watching.
I will do.
And I'm always caring.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so it was a typical chest session. So like I said, sometimes we'll exchange bench press for dumbbell bench press, but that was it really. It's a lot of sets. Pyramiding is very integral in my chest sessions and in all my sessions really. I build up to a heavy weight, I stay at that heavy weight, and then I come back down. So as I said, a few things to remember. Don't let your squat steal your reps when you're bench pressing. It's the only way you're going to get stronger. Get your presses out first. Like that's where your strength is at its peak. You've just started your session, go your strength, get your presses out first, you know. I say that with most exercises, always do the heavier stuff first, you know. So yeah, like I hit the presses and then I hit the flies. And a variation of flies, you know, you want to hit your chest from different angles. And you know, high, low. I mean, we showed you a few, but there's several more sorts of flies that you could actually do. So as you would have seen, I hit my 1 rep max, and I carried on hitting my 1 rep max until I couldn't do it. Why? Because I want to get better at it, you know. I'm not just gonna hit it once and then, you know, oh, that's it for the day. I want that 1 rep max to become a 2 rep, and that 2 rep to become a 3 rep. So the only way that's gonna happen is if I keep messing with it, keep hitting it, you know. So that's one of the methods I believe in. That's one of the principles I believe will get me stronger and will also add to the growth, you know. But like I said to you guys, for me, it's not just about building mass, you know. I'm not one of those guys that wants to be as big as possible. I want my physique to reflect the efforts that I put in, but I'm not out there to be a mass monster, you know. I'm training hard and heavy because I want to be strong and fit and healthy. That's why I do it.